Hi, welcome to session 2. So now hopefully you've got your head in gear and you've decided what theme you would like. So you've now got to start translating that to paper. I have got a video on already about doing a dementia garden, and that gives you one idea. The second one was, again, this was an idea I had with my boss many years ago, and we executed this at the Chelsea Garden. And very similar one. And this, what we did was we called it. It's a recovery garden. Okay. It used to get the nickname of the drive-through. We didn't put that. It was the people who used it. So, but the idea was that this was what my boss did to me when we first started it. So we can't use fag packet because obviously it's not very politically correct. It's not very friendly because it's cigarettes. What we used to do is on the back of a paper bag, and they're about this size. So Jim said to me, he said, I've had an idea about doing a design, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it so it's completely wheelchair friendly. Not just wheelchair, if you want a buggy or you're anywhere that you're not really mobile, this is what you could do. So you wanted somewhere where you could sort of drive in. So you've almost got, so as you drive in, okay, so you put your little path there. You've got an out one as well. So the idea is that you can come in here with you've got wheelchair access or someone with a rollator or whichever access they've got. They can come here. You've got a little seated area here. So what I suggest we do is we have two benches. You can have a bench and a bench there because people can meet it. Then it becomes a meeting point. And then you've got also somebody sort of, you could park the wheelchair there, somebody could sit there, so you've got a bit of a group thing going, because when it comes to recovery, it's important that people can talk to each other. So you've got yourself your little path here. Okay, you want it fairly easy to push on, so you might want to consider that wants to be like a paved area so you can easily push wheelchairs on. Now this is the important bit. You need to establish what you're going to have for a scale, so you can decide. So for example, this particular, so you're looking at, if we measured this out, maybe what, 2 centimeters there. We've got 2 centimeters there would go to a meter. Okay, so then 3, 4, so that's 4 meters there. Okay, so it's quite wide, but it wants to be really. So then you can see straight away how wide the whole design. So it's quite a big garden. So if you don't put a scale there, when you start drawing your path up, you might find that your path's too small. So when you come to build it, you can't get anything on there. So establish a scale and also what's called an orientation. Where does it face? So if it faces, south, so you're going to get flags of sunshine straight away. Having a scale on it and having that, what's called a recognized convention. Anybody who does any garden design, you should really have some form of scale on it, and that keep it the same with the scale. Okay, don't vary it. So if you're going to do it in meters, keep it in meters. Okay, that's the best thing. Don't do it millimeters. I've seen architects do that and no, make a hash of it. Keep it simple, 0.2 or 0.1. It's easy to work with. There's nothing wrong with using old money if you want to use imperial. However, a lot of contractors use metric now because that's how it's calculated. Okay, and then once you've got your shape there, you can decide, well, maybe I'm going to have a little hedge down the side of here so I can have some lavender there, maybe. I'll do another lavender, I'll do some here, maybe have some oregano there, because I like the scent. You get the old flutterbies and the bees in there. So there's your path. So you're looking at scented stuff. And if you're going to sit there, then you might want some, I like my roses, so I'll have some nice old-fashioned shrub roses, maybe climbing roses above there. Okay, and also with roses, certain perennials do time up quite well, so you might want to put some perennials there. Have some focal points, have something, even a nice tree there, so that you can see it. And it doesn't necessarily have to flower in the summer, it could be winter. So it doesn't really matter. So you want some focal points, you want something to draw you into that garden. You want something, wow, that's great, I want that. So, and believe it or not, as you just noticed, it's kind of designing itself. Okay, so you just want to get some ideas, just get some shapes on there just to see how that works. So the idea is someone could trundle on there with the wheelchair, someone give them a shove, or they could go in there with the buggy, they can park up there and they could sit there and they could admire the plants, or they could just watch the world go by like that. And as long as it's safe and as long as it's all level and you can get stuff in and out and they feel safe, that's the main thing. And again, you might even put some wildlife thing in there. You might put a little pond in there. Or you could put a little bird table in there so people can interact. Okay? So work on your little drawing, and when you finished it, can you let me know, and you can send it to me, and then I can see it, which would be ideal, and then I can give you a bit of guidance on it. Now, once a week, I'm going to be contacting you anyway, just to make sure you're okay, and we fill in some bits and pieces so that you're happy. So I'm always going to try and contact you just to make sure you're okay. But let me know what you're doing with it, and then we can take that and then move that forward. Okay?